Hello everyone, my name is Stanisław Frejlak, and as every Monday, I am here to present you the news from the Go world. This week, we have some news from Korea. First of all, there is the final of the 4th Crown Haitai Cup. This is a big Korean tournament which has an age limit, so it is for players under 25. And as you may know, among the top players in the Go world, there are many under 25 players. For example, Shin Jin-so, the highest rated player in the world, but also Shin Min-jun, Lee Dong-hun. But these three didn't participate this year. Anyway, there were a few 9-dan players, Na-hyun, I think Pyeon Sang-il, and Chae-jong. But the final is being played between Lee Chang-sok and So Hyun-jun. The first game was played today, and Lee Chang-sok managed to win this game. Lee Chang-sok is called the god of Go by his pro friends because he's really strong. And let's look at this game. So 1 second. Let's take a look at the game. And the second game will be played tomorrow, and it is best of 3, so if Lee Chang-sok wins, it is his title. By the way, I think you might remember this player, Lee Chang-sok, because a few episodes ago we were talking about a game from an earlier stage of this Crown Haitai Cup tournament, and there was a very interesting game of Lee Chang-sok where there was this cool position with a San probing move and a nice suggestion by AI. If you don't remember, then I am not sure which exactly episode it was. Okay, how this game went. This game started with an early attachment against Shimari, and it continued with the common Joseki up to this move, where black decided to just take white stone. So maybe some of you know the Joseki with the Hane, but it's also possible to just take the stone. And then, very interestingly, white didn't connect the stones. Why? Can you guess? Probably black can then pincer white stones, and white is a bit heavy. So white decided to extend immediately. And the interesting thing is that white is not really afraid about black being able to attack these stones, because white is treating them a bit lightly, and also white is looking at the weaknesses, shortages of liberties of black stones. So the position was left like this for quite some time, and in the end white managed to reinforce the shape, and then black went to the lower side, built a group on the lower side, and then the main fight of the game started. It was not a really tense fight. I mean, it was not tense on the board, but it was of course very tense in the heads of the players. You can see it by the moves that it was like every player was trying to not play a submissive move, trying to be as active as possible. So black, instead of answering directly to white's move, black is rather putting pressure on white's group, and then white is trying to punish black's the fact that black did not answer the move of white. And after that, it seems white is taking over the control over the two black stones, and black is really putting a lot of pressure on white's group. But after that, white managed to secure the group, and black managed to add a move to the two stones. Afterwards, black played the shoulder hit, and another very interesting exchange happened. So white was for sure considering trying to run with these stones, but white saw that then already two black groups on both sides will be rather safe, and then white decided that it doesn't really make sense to run in between of them. So white just gave these stones to black for getting quite a lot on the right side. Difficult to judge such a result of the fight, but for sure black is happy that black captured white's kind of cutting group. But on the other hand, in the beginning it was just black's formation, So black just made this formation a bit bigger, but in exchange white also created a nice formation on the right. Afterwards, the game was still interesting and a bit tense. Black decided to invade white's group on the top, but black's intention was not to attack this group, because this group is too strong, difficult to attack, it's not possible to split the stones of white. So the goal of black was just to get something on the outside. And after black did it, after black squeezed white's shape a bit, black continued by attacking the group on the left. Not easy to see what exactly black can get from attacking this group, but for sure if he puts pressure on white's group, the group is getting into some trouble and black can get something on the outside. In the game, black kind of took the control over the center of the board, and afterwards black didn't really want to use it to make points, no, rather to destroy the points of white. So this was another interesting exchange of fire, or how to call it. After that, black made the group and white tried to still destroy black's shape, to not give black too much in the center. So black gave away the center, but afterwards, after white managed to destroy all the points of black in the center, black did manage to connect back the two stones on the right. So many exchanges in this game, but after a few moves the game was finished and white resigned. So apparently all these exchanges after all were good for Lee Chang-sok, for black. That's it about this game. Not really a game with big fights, but with many local tryings of both players to not be submissive and to play the strongest move. The other news from Korea is from the Korean Baduk League. So Won Song-jin is really doing well. He is a part of the Celtrion team, as you can see on his shoulder. Oh, sorry, I forgot to hide the board. Yeah, okay. So he is the part of the Celtrion team, as you can see on his shirt. Because this is really like the sports teams in the Korean Baduk League. They have their own clothes. And Won Song-jin won 12 games in a row in the Korean Baduk League. And in an interview after his last match, he said that he never expected to have 100% win rate. And he just tried to do his best in every match. And if he really manages to keep it until the end, and he has 100% win rate, it means basically a hit in the lottery. So at the moment, 2 games are left, so let's wish him good luck. And by the way, he's in the same team as Shin Jin-sok, the Celtrion team, a really strong one. Okay. Today we have also one news from the world, from the other parts of the world, from Latin America. The PandaNet Latin American Team Championship have just held the second round. There were a few interesting matches. So as you remember, in this league there are 2 groups, League A and League B, yes. In each of them there are 7 teams. So at every round, 1 team from Group A plays with 1 team of Group B. But there were a few Group A matches which were pretty interesting. Probably the most interesting, Argentina versus Colombia, a really balanced match, in the end won by Colombia. Only Fernando Aguilar, the first board, managed to win his game. Brazil faced Cuba. Cuba is a new team in League A. Last year they were in League B and Brazil managed to win. And then Mexico versus Peru was another interesting match. Peru, up to now, they were not doing great, but last year they had a good result. They took the 3rd place thanks to Aaron Alvarado, who is playing on the first board, and unexpectedly he managed to beat Fernando Aguilar from Argentina and Abraham Florencia from Mexico. And this time, again, Peru faced Mexico, and again, Aaron Alvarado managed to beat Abraham. So really strong player appeared in the team of Peru. He is really getting good results, but still the team of Mexico managed to win the match. Amir Fragman is playing in the Brazilian team. He is maybe the only player who is playing in two PandaNet competitions in the European one and the Latin American one. And one of the commentators says that he is also Brazilian. I don't really know what is the origin of Amir. We might ask him some other time so that we can report about this. We have also a news from Europe. This is about the European Youth Team Championship. There were 4 rounds, and this was the 7th season. This competition is taking place on KGS. It lasts for a few months every year. There are 4 matches, and the first 5 editions were won by the team of Russia. The 6th one was won by Germany. And this year, again, Russia won. This photo is not from this year's competition. Unfortunately, we cannot meet face to face. This time it is from a few years ago, I think 4 years ago, when also the team of Russia won. This time they were unbeaten, so they took the first place. And the other news from Europe is about Bundesliga. So as you know, Bundesliga is a league, a German city league, from some time ago there is a rule that also players from other cities or players from abroad might join a team in every team in the league. In Group A and in Group B there are 10 teams, so 9 games to be played. So far, 6 of them have been played. As you can see, the team of Jena International Go School is right now at the lead of the League B, but still 3 games to be played. So we will see if JIGS manages to enter League A. And by the way, this rule of having a player from abroad, this is also a rule which is applied in the Chinese League A. They also have, each team can have 1 player from Korea or Japan. More about the German League, about Bundesliga, and in general about the German Go, we will hear from Michael Marz, who is the leader of the German Go Federation. So I will now give the microphone to Michael.
Hello, everybody. Today we are talking to Michael Marz. He is the president of the German Go Federation. Hello, Micha.
Hello, good evening.
And we would like to understand a little bit more about the German Go Federation. So how is it organized?
German Go Federation is a federal federation. That means it has regional sub-federations. There are 11 of them. You could roughly say each state in Germany, each Bundesland has 1 federation, but some states have a joint federation, so that's why we don't match the number of states. And altogether, we have a little bit more than 2,000 members in all those 11 sub-federations, and they together form the German Go Federation, the Deutsche Go Bund.
Probably you have, similar to other EGF countries, also a board. So how many board members do you have and how is that organized?
The board of the German Federation has 5 members. There's the president, that's me. We have 2 vice presidents. We have a secretary and we have a treasurer.
And what are the projects the German Go Federation does for the members?
Oh, there's plenty of activities that we have. So firstly, I'm not sure we could call it a project, but we have the German Go, the Deutsche Go Zeitung, the German Go News.
Yeah, that one is really famous across the whole world, actually. So some of them are even sent to Japan and...
That's right. Mm-hmm. So basically every Go country, every Go organization be it European or international Go associations. If they ask us, they can receive the German Go journal as reference. Actually, the other week I received a request from Greece, which is very notable because Greece is not even an GF member, so they will get the German Go journal as well now. So that's a printed little booklet which appears 6 times a year, and people quite like it, I have to say.
There are also a lot of other specialities in German Go Federation.
Yeah, we have a big focus is our youth engagement in supporting young players. So we have a what we call Jugendkader. That means we have a league system for the most gifted young players. We also support them when they travel to international tournaments when they are able to travel again. We provide some financial support to our strongest players and our representatives at European Championships. Not talking just about the main championship, but also about Ladies Championship, Paraguay Championship, and so forth. They also get some support. We have the Bundesliga.
Oh yes, and this is actually this is not only for the Germans. There are so many non-Germans participating all across Europe, and I saw even non-Europeans participate nowadays.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, it started as a German event where every player was supposed to have some local relationship to the club he's playing for. That means he might have lived there in the past or still go to that local club. But some years ago, that rule was a bit loose, and so even every team is now officially allowed to have one player without any relationship, and most of the top league teams have now one player. I recall Lukas Potpera or you know more probably.
I do.
Victor Lin. Is it even Pavel playing? I'm not sure.
And what other projects you have planned for the future?
So right now, because of the pandemic, it's pretty tricky to do any sort of on-site project. So last year we waived most of our championships.
How many championships do the German Go Federation has?
Normally we do have an individual championship. That is a two-tier system with a preliminary stage, where basically all 3 dans and stronger can participate, and the finals, where they meet the strongest player from the year before. That is a round-robin tournament of 8 players. So last year we managed to make the preliminaries, and we plan to do the final stage sometime this year. Maybe we have to do it online. I'm not sure yet. Then we have the Paraguay Championship, the Ladies Championship, the Youth Championship, which is quite big event with up to 50 young players.
Not only that, it's even in 3 categories, as far as I know, right?
Yeah, they all play together, but then in each category, under 19, under 15, under 11, they have semifinals and finals at the end. And the categories are similar to those of the Youth Championship, because the best under 19 players get support to play the under 20 category the following year at the European Championship. The best under 15 players plays the under 16 and so forth.
Yeah, and is there anything else what you would like to spread to the world?
Stay safe during those times.
Maybe I can just give another comment. So due to Corona, and the German Go Federation also established now on Discord playing evening more or less, and people really come together and play now online. So you're invited to join as well. And also on Discord we have now from the German Go Federation beginner courses. There are so many beginners nowadays who want to play Go, and I guess this is not only valid for Germany. So I hope that our community can get bigger. And thank you very much for the interview, Misha, and hope to see you next time again. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Michael, for introducing the situation in the German Go Federation to us. This is our second interview in the series of countries. We already talked about Russia before, and if you want to hear about any of the European countries, or maybe also countries from the other parts of the world, then just tell us, and we are open for any interviews, and we really want to hear what happens in your part of the Go world. So please contact us about this. Let's go. Okay, already I have a suggestion about Czechia. So yes, I think we need to try to contact someone from Czechia. We already had interviews with Lukáš Podpiera before and Jan Chora, if I am not wrong. But let's get the general interview about Go in Czechia. Tsumego section, as you remember, there is a prize for achieving 75 points. And I don't know who is the current secretary of the IGF, so this is another suggestion I got. Now, in the comment, in the Tsumego competition in the double-digit Q category, Johannes Schwarz managed to collect 78 points, so he wins the prize. Congratulations! There were some very interesting problems in this week. For example, look at the third problem, which looks almost symmetrical, but it's not completely. In the single-digit Q category, Dieter Stender managed to get 9 points this week, and this was exactly enough to get the 75 points result in general. And I think the third problem in the single-digit Q category was the hardest one, because the most intuitive move, the Hane, did not work. The Hane on the second line. In the done players category, Philipp Linder is already close to getting 75 points, and David Ulbricht is not far behind him. I think these problems were not easy, and this week's problems will be, I think, also interesting. All right. So this is about this week, and for the end of this week's stream, we have Go Piece of the Week, as all the time, as every time. What is this Go Piece of the Week? This graphics made by Go Links. I don't know if you know Go Links. It's a Chinese Go server. In Chinese it's called Yike Weiqi, which means the guest of Go or something like this, and in English Go Links. This is a nice server which works in a browser, just like OGS. Many players from China there and from other countries. And the graphics is about the new year, because this week we have this week we had the Chinese New Year, the year of the ox started, which also meant that there were not that many Go competitions held this week. That's why this time we have a little bit shorter stream. Anyway, we are looking forward to the news from you, and to the next week when we will meet just as every time at 8 p.m. on Monday. So see you then, and bye bye.